Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new, very special FIFA 18 player review. Today we're looking at the 89 rated icon, Alan Shearer. So, the King in the North, 89 rated version has 84 pace. That's the main reason I wanted to test him out today, to see if this pace boosted version is any good. 78 dribbling doesn't really excite me too much, but he's got 90 shooting and 84 physical, so hopefully he'll be decent. 6 foot tall, high medium work rates, right footed of course. With only 2-star skill moves and only a 3-star weak foot, could that be a massive hindrance to us today? So, there's a couple of squad options for you. The first one is this English team right here. It's a 4-1-2-1-2. He plays as the right striker alongside Antonio, but a more fitting squad for this absolute legend. We've got a real super team here. Premier League players, Bundesliga players, and icons as well. We've got the likes of Vieira, Hullet, and Rui Costa holding down the midfield as fellow icons. So moving on into the in-game stats, what can we expect from this Shearer item? Well, on basic chemistry style, we're looking at 86 pace, a boost in the dribbling to 82, 94 shooting and 87 physical. Those are some good in-game stats as well if you take a look on screen. However, today I've used Engine. I was already happy with the 90 shooting that he's got, and the 84 physical seems fine to me. Let's boost him in the pace department, especially the dribbling department, to try and get the agility and balance up somewhat, and of course his ball control and dribbling of the ball in general. That was definitely my main priority today. So moving on into the goals part, you see in all the goals that I managed to score with the Newcastle legend, we can talk about pros and cons for this player. We'll start with the negatives and get them out of the way. Skill moves, massive issue for me. Only 2-star means that you are just so limited in terms of actually being able to create your own space. You have to sort of use his positioning, which of course is great, but it's kind of readable sometimes. He can't create his own space using skill moves and stuff, which is definitely a massive issue, and it makes it hard. It makes it hard to attack sometimes. That, alongside the fact that everyone knows Alan Shearer is a very right-footed player, and he does only have the 3-star weak foot in game, meaning that inside the box, yeah, you'll be fine to take a little pot shot or tap the ball home with the left foot, but I wouldn't recommend shooting anywhere outside the box. And you've got to stick to his right foot most of the time, really. And again, people know that, people will read that, and it makes it more difficult to get into the spaces to score. And also, we tried to boost the agility and balance stats to usable levels, and I've got to say, I think we sort of did, but it's still a noticeable thing that Alan Shearer's not the most mobile of players. Yeah, he's got good positioning, and this particular version is very quick, but overall, just like, the dribbling is still a little bit of a letdown, and he does turn not as good as other icons I've used, that's for sure. He doesn't feel the most mobile is the way I'd like to put it, really. But moving on into the positives, there are a lot of them, because actually he was a very prolific goal scorer for us on FIFA 18. So I was very happy with the amount of return that I got on this player. His acceleration really impressed me. Yeah, this is the fastest version of Alan Shearer I've ever used, and it's great to see as well, because it does transform him into a more usable player. If you think about the other versions of Shearer along the way and in previous FIFAs, they've had all of the negatives that I've talked about, but he's also been a lot slower, almost 10 pace slower sometimes, so it's something which turns this guy into a much more usable player. His positioning is outstanding, like always in the right place at the right time. Thank God for that as well, because if he wasn't, then yeah, the turning, the agility, the balance, all of that sort of stuff would be thrown out of whack as well. Fortunately, he's got enough time to make up for that sometimes, because he was already in a great position. Now, one thing you definitely get with Shearer is aerial ability. You're going to win headers with him, you're going to win the goal kick headers, near post from corners and stuff, you're going to score them, and don't hesitate to get out wide with one of your wingers, whip it into the box, because Shearer will get his head onto it. Very good in the air in my opinion, and definitely did that for me a few times. And that helps him because, well, things that help that area are because he's strong, you know, he's got a very good strength stat and is able to hold his own in physical battles, which you definitely need to be able to do on FIFA 18, back to goal and stuff, and especially like running up for those headers from the goal kicks. If you can stop that little push in the back from pushing you over, and you can actually almost push back on the defender, then you're in the money, really, aren't you? Alongside all of those stats, the stamina of this Shearer impressed me. Normally, it's something that I notice is that this sort of player runs out of gas from around the 65th minute, and he just doesn't feel as quick anymore. Shearer has great stamina on this particular version and lasted all game long, every game for me. So again, that was brilliant, and yeah, just very useful in general because it won me a couple of games late on. Shot power, composure, finishing. Those are what my final positives on this player are all about. Just generally in front of goal, an absolute menace. He's super clinical, lots of shot power, low driven shots are accurate and they fizz past the goalkeeper. You can score long shot bangers as well, and just generally his finishing stat is great. So what do I think to this Shearer? He's not the easiest player to use on the game, but put him up front alongside someone with super high agility and balance and a lot of pace and stuff, and what you've got is a great combo there. They can work together, work around the defenders, and Shearer in front of goal is just, as you would expect, incredibly clinical. So I had fun using him. I hope you guys now know whether or not the 89 rated Alan Shearer is right for your ultimate team. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.